Kristaps Porzingis is out for the remainder of the Mavericks' first-round playoff series against the Clippers. The team announced he has not been medically cleared from a lateral meniscus tear in his right knee. So joining me now is our Dallas reporter, Mike Fisher. And Mike, are these chronic knee problems going to be a long-term issue for Porzingis and the Mavs?
It's a fair thing to ask, and it's a scary thing to think about. I think the Mavericks' answer at this point would be no. This was simply bad luck this time. This is, of course, the other knee, not the one that was surgically repaired when he was a Knick, that caused him to basically sit out in rehab a year and a half. The meniscus, as you mentioned, it's more of a fluky deal. Players come back from it all the time. You can come back from it depending on the extent of it, even without surgery. But in my story on DallasBasketball.com, while we certainly acknowledge that the Mavericks say he's out for the series, I'm suggesting he may be out for the season, because even a non-surgical tear quite often requires 8 weeks of rest and rehab, and you can look at the calendar and see where that takes us.
Well, in the interim, how is Dallas going to fill his absence on the court?
Well, he really tried to go, obviously, and did go in game 2, and woke up that morning thinking I couldn't play, and then played brilliantly. Was good again in the next game. In fact, his averages in these 2 games on a bad knee, on a torn up knee, 28 points a game and 10 rebounds a game. But the Mavericks needed a miracle out of Luka Doncic to stay in this series to this point. And how many times can you ask this one guy to carry a Mavericks team that is undermanned anyway against a Clippers roster that may be the best in basketball? It'll be fascinating to watch, but for KP, it'll be painful to watch.
All right, well, the NBA playoffs resume this weekend in the bubble in Orlando. Mike Fisher, thanks so much for the latest on the Dallas Mavericks.